Okay, this will be an interesting one if we can make it look any good. It's got a lot of black in it. Hopefully it won't make the black run out too quickly on this stupid fuck up machine. Well, it's stupid because the company, the CEO doesn't seem to make any new features on this equipment. They don't hire people who are smart enough to make a piece of equipment that's got new features, but they just keep using the old legacy software and rehashing it and turning it into this stupid flick and drag shit. No, seriously, I have no respect for the company or the people in it. I've got no respect for the CEO. His name is Shohei Yamana, and he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking dumbass. He is. He's stupid. He's a fucking idiot. I hate his guts. He doesn't know how to... He always approves shit. He gives the directive to make boring shit. Oh, sure, for libraries and public photocopier facilities, they remove the features off the equipment, which I find boring personally, but that's probably easier than putting new features in. I mean, seriously, he deserves a kick in the head, dickhead. Anyway, we got this 21st birthday banner. We're going to use this. We're just going to fold back and have it like that. I'm just so over the way these big corporations don't make anything new. It's like Apple. It's like all these fucking idiots that run these big corporations just don't have any creativity or any desire. They think they can they just cut corners, tinker around the edges, make the hardware incompatible with the old hardware so you can't use the spare parts of the new equipment on the old. That's all they can do is make money and fuck around, piss around like bloody idiots. I've got no respect for the status quo, folks. I have no respect, no admiration or anything. I just hate the way the world has become a real money fucker's pit. It's the pits, folks. Now that looks really nice. It's a negative image. And basically, I'm just so over the way things are run. Things are run for profit only. They don't care about anything else but to make a quick dollar. They don't care. They fucking don't care a fig about anything except themselves and their fucking money. So Shohei Yamana of Konica Minolta fame can go stick a fucking toner cartridge up his ass, bitch. Honestly, I have no time. I'm really over the way the industry has become. It's become a money fuckers, and this is shit. This is not working, folks. Got to try and make this look good. But I'm trying to make a difference, folks, because one day I myself am going to become a CEO of a multinational photocopier company. One day, when they have the technology to repair my brain damage I had at birth, I'm going to basically become a CEO and a scientist, and I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make a lot of money building photocopiers that are good for the planet, made mostly out of recycled materials wherever possible. I want to clean up the electronic waste in the dumps around the world, and we seem to be getting this shit. I want to clean up the dumps where the electronic waste gets cast off. So if I use recycled materials, I can go and get this material from places like, say, India and China, and use those minerals to build a photocopier. Sorry for repeating myself. And in the process of using recycled materials, I get to clean up these dumps and hopefully bring them back to life. where there was dirty water flowing, it'll be fresh water. And that's where I want to put the money. And basically, the photocopiers are going to be sustainable in that not only will it be about the materials that I use, it'll be about hiring people and making sure people get paid more than what they're worth, instead of treating them like slaves. So there's not going to be made in China or made in Vietnam like Konica Minolta have on some parts of them, or most of it's made in China, just face it. But basically, it's going to be made in Australia. And the only thing imported will be the fucking e-waste that's going to be used, as I just mentioned. So you got to think for the future. And basically, the machines themselves have got to last 60 years. So spare parts and consumables and service guaranteed for 60 years. And then to also make it a better design, and for some reason I'm not getting anything on this fucking page. I don't know why I'm not doing this properly. But basically, we're going to make these machines easy to recycle at the end of their life cycle. And basically, we're going to close the recycling loop instead of using what's called a linear economy. In linear economy is where the machines usually get mined, the minerals come out of the ground, the machines, the minerals are processed, and basically I can't think of it. I'm not an expert on manufacturing, folks. I'm just still learning a lot of shit. But basically, most of the materials then get created into product, and then when the product gets used, and then when the product dies, that's the end of it. It ends up in the rubbish tip, and then it's linear. It's called linear. And basically, in the circular economy, as it goes from being manufactured, hopefully from recycled materials to start with, and then when it reaches and we have it lasting a long time, and then when it's finished and spent, it goes back into recycle. It gets recycled, and then it keeps going around and round and round. I don't think I've eloquently enough explained it, but I'm hoping it's good enough for you guys to know. We'll just look it up on Google: linear economy versus circular economy, or vice versa. But basically, look that up on Google for a better explanation. It's hard to concentrate on this while I'm explaining something quite complicated. But basically, we've got to aim for a circular economy, folks. We can't have this linear shit anymore. Otherwise, mankind will end up extinct. And it looks like it's on the cards that mankind could send itself extinct. So just think about it, folks. And the other thing to note is as a scientist, I want to end climate change, and the money, I'll be using that money I earn as a CEO to become a scientist to solve these nasty problems in this world. And basically, how should I put it? I'm stuck. I hate it when I just can't keep my train of thought, folks. It is quite complicated, folks. But basically, we've got to think for the future instead of the present. We've got to fucking think beyond our own generation so that we can solve the problem before it becomes a real problem, like when you can't reverse things. It is imperative that a person like myself finds out a way of reversing climate change, because even if we stop emitting too much CO2, we could end up still with we have got a runaway train effect, so we can't stop it. But we have to somehow minimise it. But at the moment, we can't minimise it. We have to fucking find solutions, and that's where a person like myself wants to make a huge difference in the future, but it'd be nice if I could do it now. I'm trying my best to get the word out. I just get annoyed with these money fuckers, folks. You know, they don't care about anything else but their money, and they can't do anything right, and I just get so angry. And you can hear it in my videos. I say some pretty nasty things, like telling Shah Yamana to stick a toner cartridge up his ass. No, seriously, that's how fucking angry I get. That's how furious I am. That's why I don't have any respect for the status quo. You know, the status quo really, really sucks. It sucks to fuck. It sucks like nothing else. And this silly user interface is really not clever. Trying to mimic a mobile phone, but it's not like that. It's a fucking photocopier. It's better if it had the old tab system, like on the old machine I had, C353. And I couldn't keep that one running because the spare parts were no longer guaranteed by, well, the manufacturer, and then therefore the dealership couldn't guarantee the spare parts, and the dealership had to cut my service agreement. Not their fault. The company, the manufacturer, Konica Minolta, they're the ones that did it. And I bet Mytronics, the dealer, felt bad having to do this. I know they would. They're really nice people that run this company, but basically, yeah, I had to get a new machine, and this is it. Anyway, that's quite minimalist, but it looks quite nice. I think now we can call this prolongated demo quits.